Okay, right now, let's go live to Toronto Police Services Chief Myron Dimku giving an update.
To adjust and rise to the challenges. I want to take this opportunity to thank our members. They have been doing a phenomenal job in facilitating these demonstrations and other gatherings, thereby ensuring the safety of thousands attending these events. I am proud of the work that our members do on the front lines and those are working behind the scenes on a daily basis. As asked of them, many of our specialized non-uniform officers have a uniform at the ready or reporting uniform ready to deploy at a moment's notice. Again, I thank all of our members for your attentiveness and unrelenting commitment to public safety. As I mentioned, the number of reported hate incidents and hate crimes has increased, and since October 7th, increased at a staggering rate. As your police chief, I am readily aware that the impact of crime motivated by hate is far-reaching and extends beyond the physical and emotional trauma suffered by the victim, affecting all members of the targeted community and beyond. I will be sharing some alarming statistics to help put this in perspective. Since October 7th, we have seen an overall increase in hate crimes. This includes increases in reports of anti-Muslim, anti-Palestinian, anti-Arab related hate crimes, of which we only had one instance within the time frame since October 7th last year. Now we have seen this number climb to 17 occurrences, which is a staggering 1,600% increase. Year to date, there's been 34 total anti-Muslim, anti-Palestinian, anti-Arab related hate crime occurrences, up from 14 the year prior, reflecting an increase of 143%. Also included within the spectrum is a marked increase in anti-LGBTQ2S+ hate crimes, which is also cause for concern. During this time frame last year, there were 5 occurrences. This year, we have seen the number increase to 9, 80% higher. However, amongst all of the hate crimes that have been reported during this period, I can tell you that anti-Semitism makes up over 49% of this overall amount. That's 38 of 78 total occurrences. Since October 7th to date, anti-Semitism is up 192% for the same time period last year, and 322% for that time period the year prior. In terms of all hate crime reported this year, anti-Semitism makes up 40% of all of these occurrences. That's 129 of 323 total. These alarming trends in our city, which prides itself in our diversity, are the likes of which we have never seen before. To combat these deeply concerning issues, we have committed a significant number of resources to address these overall increases, as well as every category of hate. We have bolstered and expanded our hate crime unit from 6 members to a team of 32. Since the events of October 7th, our hate crime unit has been responsible for 22 arrests, 58 charges laid in relation to hate crime occurrences. 1 identified suspect remains outstanding on an arrest warrant. 5 of those arrested were young persons under the age of 18. The most common charges laid were for uttering threats, conspiracy to commit mischief over 5,000, and assault with a weapon. We'll remain steadfast in our resolve to hold those responsible accountable. This expansion of the hate crime unit, however, is being done with current resources, which has impacted other areas of our police service, which I will describe later in my remarks. During the period of October 7th to today's date, we've seen a significant spike in hate-related graffiti. These incidents are carefully assessed and evaluated to determine whether they meet our criteria as hate crimes and criminal offenses or as non-criminal hate incidents. There have been 63 hate graffiti occurrences that were anti-Muslim, anti-Palestinian, anti-Arab during this time period. There were only 2 reported during the same period last year. There have been 217 occurrences that were anti-Semitic during this period. There were 19 during the same period last year. Due to the rise in and of graffiti incidents, our service recently devised a new and more efficient means of reporting and responding to this increased number of hate-motivated graffiti calls for service. We have developed a hate graffiti web form. Intake on this form is monitored 24/7 for officers to be dispatched to investigate. This new web form became available for public use on November 8th, and since then, there have been 90 web submissions received. We will continue to investigate each and every instance of hate, and we will continue to encourage all members of our neighborhoods and communities to report all incidents of hate. As you are aware, we continue to maintain a high level of visibility in our communities. Our 2 command posts remain where they are most vital, to serve local communities and where our officers can be within sight and within reach of those that need us the most. Our members are continuously amazed by and grateful for the warm reception they've received. Project Resolute remains a large-scale operation, given the complexity of the geopolitics involved. In ensuring that we remain in the most effective posture with the most effective measures in securing the safety and well-being of our communities, we have made a significant investment of resources for this initiative. Not only is there a complement of officers from each division from across the city dedicated to Project Resolute, there are those that are pulled from our specialized units as well to help mitigate the impact of what is happening in our city. Though we have moved quickly to do so, I would be remiss if I didn't take an opportunity to tell you that there's been an inherent cost, which is significant. I've articulated our resolve and dedication to our communities, that we are especially in need of our enhanced presence. And I can tell you that the redeployment and transferring of much needed policing resources during an unprecedented time where our service has never been so lean has produced significant challenges. This prioritization of immediate public safety needs also includes our response time to priority 1 calls, which are currently averaging 25 minutes. Regrettably, I share with you that drawing officers from other areas has created a situation where currently some of our work remains on pause or is at risk of shutting down completely. I can tell you that on a daily basis, 36 officers comprised of 1 senior officer, groups of traffic services, detective operations, and Toronto Police College instructors are drawn from across the city. In addition, divisions across the city deploy resources to places of worship and schools as required. A large group of on-duty officers have been called upon to join our public order callouts for demonstrations. As I mentioned earlier, we have bolstered our hate crime unit. Our cyber crime teams have also been provided with further support in terms of resourcing. All areas within policing bear their own level of significance for our communities. But we have been presented with a situation where we have had to reorganize and prioritize. We will ask for the support of all our valued communities as we continuously aim to replenish our strength to an adequate standard through recruitment drives so that our most relied upon programs remain in place and that there is no further loss of the valued units or initiatives as we have experienced in the recent past. We have asked a lot from our members over the past several weeks to ensure we are able to prioritize the safety and well-being of our communities, and they have risen to the challenge. Tirelessly, our members continue on with their incredible work and our commitment to keep all of our communities safe. We continue to monitor the circumstances around the world and to do work with all of our law enforcement partners, including other GTA services, the OPP, and the RCMP. I can assure you that there is no credible threat to Toronto at this time. However, in terms of this abhorrent increase in hate-motivated crimes and incidents within our city, I want to be clear. We at the Toronto Police Service will not allow the people of our city to be intimidated. Violence and acts of violence will not be tolerated. The service in our hate crime unit will aggressively uncover and pursue any suspected incidents of hate-motivated behavior. Hate will have no space here. And the unwavering dedication of our members to this cause will continue for as long as it takes. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Chief. We will then move on to item which was held on October 19th, 2023. First person to speak is Mr. Jamie Kersner Roberts from the Center.
And we were just listening to Toronto Police Chief Myron Demkiw give an update on hate crimes data. It goes like this, some of the highlights. Anti-Palestinian Islamophobia, hate crime up 143%. Anti-LGBTQ2S+, hate crime up 80%. Anti-Semitism up 192%. And during this time that he gave those stats, Chief Demkiw also thanked the officers for their commitment to public safety. This is at a time where the hate crimes unit has also been expanded.